business partner, she's my manager, she's my lawyer, she's my lover, she's my baby mama to be, she's my everything.
It started like a whisper, the kind of soft news that drifts in quietly, but somehow shakes everything to the core. Meagan Good, the actress who once publicly navigated heartbreak with such grace, had just confirmed she was pregnant. The internet didn't just buzz, it exploded. Screenshots of her glowing face on Instagram Live spread like wildfire, and within minutes, thousands were already asking the one question that no one dared to say out loud. Was the baby Devon Franklin's? Meagan looked peaceful, radiant even, as she shared her truth. She spoke of joy, of new beginnings, of feeling whole again. But what she didn't say, the name she didn't mention, echoed even louder. Devon. It had been months since the world watched their marriage dissolve in the public eye. Two people trying to hold on to love while being pulled apart by faith, timing, and expectations. And now, just when everyone thought that story had ended, this pregnancy announcement reopened every wound, every headline, every doubt. For 24 hours, Devon remained completely silent. Not a like, not a repost, not a single word. And in today's world, silence isn't just silence, it's loud. Fans began tagging him endlessly, flooding his social media with confused and angry comments. Why won't you say something? Is it your baby or not? Do you still love her? The pressure was building. And then finally a single post, a black square with white letters. You can prepare your heart, but not the timing. That was it. No caption, no context, just that one cryptic message. And suddenly, the mystery deepened. People read it over and over, searching for clues, desperate to understand what was really going on inside his heart. Some fans thought it was poetic, others thought it was petty, but all agreed on one thing: Devon wasn't okay. But it didn't stop there. A podcast clip from a few weeks earlier began circulating online, and it only added fuel to the fire. Devon had been a guest on a faith-based show talking about healing after heartbreak. At first, it was the usual talk, purpose, prayer, trusting God. But then his tone shifted. He leaned forward and his voice dropped. Some people move on before they've healed. That doesn't mean they've stopped loving you. The internet took that line and ran with it. Was he talking about Meagan? Did he already know she was pregnant when he said that? And more importantly, was he hurting? The speculation turned into a frenzy. Devon had always been the calm, steady one, the spiritual guide, the patient man. But this situation had him unraveling in real time, and it wasn't long before he went live on Instagram to speak his truth. He appeared on screen with tired eyes and a cracked voice. And as soon as he started speaking, you could feel the weight of everything he had been carrying. He didn't rush. He didn't hide behind perfect words. He just let the pain speak for itself. I never stopped loving her, he said. I just thought we needed space. I thought time would heal us, maybe bring us back together. I didn't expect this. I wasn't ready for this. He paused, wiping away tears. Sometimes, the hardest part isn't letting someone go, it's realizing they let you go first. His voice cracked again, and for a moment, he looked like a man completely lost, someone who had believed in a love story that didn't get the ending he prayed for. The video was raw, emotional, and completely unfiltered. Devon, the man who had once written books about faith and relationships, was now pleading with the world to understand his pain. And people listened. Some cried with him. Others criticized him. But no one could look away. The vulnerability in his voice, the heaviness in his eyes, it was all too real. Still, as Devon poured his heart out, Meagan remained quiet. She didn't like the video.
She didn't respond.
Instead, she posted a calm, almost poetic clip of herself walking along a beach at sunset. Her voice was layered over the video, soft and deliberate. Protecting my peace, my joy, my child. Not everything deserves a response. It felt like a final curtain, a gentle but firm way of saying, I've moved on. But fans weren't ready to move on. They dug deeper, trying to connect the dots, analyzing every clip, every post. Everyone now wanted to know, who was the father? Who had Meagan chosen to start this next chapter with? That's when blurry paparazzi photos emerged. Meagan at a baby store, holding hands with a tall man in a hoodie. His face hidden, his identity still unknown. Theories flew everywhere. Some fans guessed it might be actor Jonathan Majors, who Meagan had been linked to briefly. Others believed it was someone totally private, someone outside of Hollywood entirely. The mystery deepened, and the internet couldn't stop talking. Then came the bombshell. A woman claiming to be close to Meagan's circle told a gossip blog that Meagan had found love with someone she met during her time away from the spotlight. He's not famous, but he treats her like gold. She didn't want to go public until she felt safe. And just like that, the story took another turn. Devon wasn't just heartbroken, he was possibly replaced. Not by another celebrity, not by someone with fame or clout, but by someone ordinary. And that, somehow, made it sting even more. Because Devon had always believed their love was rare, something sacred. Now, it felt like just another chapter that closed without warning. In a final, desperate move, Devon posted again. This time, a caption under a photo of him praying alone in a church pew. The words read, "If there's still a window open, if any part of you still sees me, I'm here. Always." It was like a love letter thrown into a storm, raw, vulnerable, and desperate, hoping someone, anyone, might catch it. But Meagan didn't catch it. Or maybe she did, and simply chose not to hold on. Maybe she read between the lines, saw the cracks behind the poetry, and decided her piece was louder than any plea. Days later, she posted a video montage of her pregnancy journey. Not just a post, an emotional punch. A carefully edited glimpse into her world now. There were clips of her glowing in the mirror, her hand resting protectively on her belly. Soft moments during ultrasounds, laughing with friends, walking slowly through sunlit parks. And then that final shot, her standing on a windy beach, eyes closed, facing the ocean like she was listening to something only she could hear. Her hands cradled her stomach, and the caption read, "This is our moment. We're claiming peace, not pieces." It hit like a mic drop. Poetic, powerful, heartbreaking. And Devon? He said nothing. Their love had once been a fairy tale for the modern believer. A gospel-tinged, faith-fueled reminder that love, real love, could wait, could grow, could endure. They were the blueprint for God's timing. The couple who made celibacy cool again, who prayed together in interviews, who showed that love could be sacred and sexy. And yet, even that wasn't enough. Because sometimes love is right, but the timing is dead wrong. Sometimes two hearts beat in sync but walk different paths. And sometimes silence says more than 1,000 sermons ever could. Now, it's no longer about forever. It's about survival. Devon, the man once full of words and wisdom, is now a ghost online. He's healing, maybe, or hiding, or both. And Meagan? She looks radiant, focused. There's a quiet fire in her now, like someone who walked through a storm barefoot and came out glowing. She's building a life, not in pieces, but with purpose. So what happens next? Maybe Devon writes a book about heartbreak, about learning to let go of what he prayed to keep. Maybe Meagan raises her child surrounded by love, laughter, and a version of peace she never had before. Maybe years from now, fate pulls them back into the same room. Older, wiser, softer. Or maybe this was their end. Quiet, poetic, unfinished. But here's what we do know. Right now, we're left with a man still holding on in silence, and a woman learning how to fly without looking back. And in that space between holding on and letting go, between the prayer and the silence, between forever and not anymore, there lies a story that cracked us open, but reminded us what it means to truly feel. Because heartbreak doesn't care about fame. It doesn't care how many followers you have, how many books you've sold, or how many interviews you've given about faith and patience. Heartbreak comes for everyone, even Devon Franklin. And love has a funny way of sticking around long after the last goodbye. Maybe one day, when the dust settles and the wounds have turned to wisdom, love might circle back, stronger, softer, slower. because timing isn't everything, but it changes everything.